This video is sponsored by Win-Win Technology, your ultimate flight sim hardware solution, featuring the Orion hotels, current and future configurations.
Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. It's late October 2021. We have a new weapon for the Mi-24P Hind in DCS world. It is the AT-9 Ataka. The important thing about this weapon is it comes in 3 variants. Like the AT-6 Sturm, we can have them on stations 1, 2, 5 and 6. We can have an air-to-air variant or 2 air-to-ground variants. The air-to-air variant is this here, and it has proximity views obviously suited for aerial targets. So let's have outer stations with the air-to-air variant. Stations 2 and 5, let's have an air-to-ground variant. Let's have one of the two. We can either have high explosive for very light armor or infantry, or the tandem high explosive anti-tank, obviously for medium to heavy armor. Let's go for those guys there. So we're going to have 4 anti-tank and 4 air-to-air. The reason we're starting a mission editor is because there's a very important thing to point out. If we are making our own mission, click on the helicopter. Click on additional properties here. Make sure that track air targets is turned on. Without that, the AI operator Petrovich will not track aerial targets. So make sure that's turned on. Next, let's remind ourselves of the controls. At this point, I'm going to assume you are already familiar with the AT-6 Sturm. And we're just going to go over the basics. So, to fire the AT-9, press and hold, release weapons. To ask our AI Petrovich to turn on the weapon systems, prepare weapons. To toggle on and off the AI helper menu, show hide menu. We'll be showing this from the pilot's point of view, not from the operator's point of view. The operator will be AI Petrovich. Next, Petrovich AI helper menu. We've got up, down, left and right. Let's quickly go through what each of them do. Up short will lock a target. Up long, that's push and hold and then release, will change the ROE from pilot fires the missile to AI fires the missile. Down will unlock the target and close the system. Remember to do that before you turn off target or you will ruin the system temporarily. Right short changes between the types of weapons we have. So for instance, it will change us between the anti-tank version and the anti-air version. Left short is countermeasures not relevant for today. If we lock a target with up short and there are multiple targets in the vicinity of where you looked, you will have a list to choose from. To manipulate the list of targets, we have up short to go up the list, down short to go down the list, and right short to choose that particular target in the list. That's all the controls we'll need. Next, let's set the cockpit up. Remove the stick. Turn the all-important fan on. We need to keep ourselves cool during this high-pressure environment. Ranging, automatic. Sight, on. Weapons, make sure it's off/missile. Master arm, on. Sight, synchronize with the operator. And automatic mode. Sight glass, unlock, move to your desired elevation, relock. Next, tell AI Petrovich to turn on the weapon system. Pressed, he's now turning it on. Now, if you can, fast forward 4 minutes until he says that they've turned on. These ghastly text boxes at the top right we're all using at the moment will be replaced by proper Russian voice when ED have done it. And weapons are ready. We're now good to shoot stuff. Next, we're going to show you how the basic system works. We're going to do it on the ground. It's just much easier for me to explain because I'm not much of a pilot. I'm just going to turn slightly left. Okay, our targets as they stand are 4 tanks here, 2 helicopters here, and a C-130 Hercules there. First, I want to target one of these tanks here. So, AI menu on. I'm currently in pilot fires the missile with the trigger, and I can tell that because the cursor here is a tan brown color. If I press up long, it will change to green. That means now that the AI has control of firing the missile. I want control, so I'm going to go back. Next, I'm going to use my track IR or my VR to move this cursor onto a target. I'm then going to press up short. How about that tank there? He says he can't move the sight yet. That's because it takes a few seconds for him to get the sight open and ready. So just be patient while he gets that all ready. Okay, he's given me some options. On the left here, he says he's found tank 1, tank 2, and helicopter. Those are the 3 things he found that were within the catchment area of what I was looking at when I asked him to lock. I want to lock tank, that one there. So I'm going to go right short. Just a reminder, the cross here is where the aiming station of the AI Petrovich is aiming. This here is my reticle. What I want to do now is to maneuver the helicopter so that this inner circle of the reticle is encompassing the middle of this cross here. When that happens and I've got a missile selected, I will get an audio tone. I want to keep that audio tone for around 3 seconds while pushing the weapon release button. Then the missile will fire. At that point I need to keep this sight here roughly on this sight here while AI Petrovich guides the missile in until it hits, and that's the end of the cycle. At that point I can lock a new target, or I can unlock the target, close the system and turn away. Before we do that we better choose a weapon, so we are going to press right short. He's now selected the 9M120, so that's the anti-tank. Press again. That one's the air-to-air. I want the anti-tank. Okay, all we've got left now is to go and do it now. I don't want to make excuses, but I am a horrendous helicopter pilot with horrendously broken pedals, so I'm just going to do my best. I will get my pedals broken, it's just fixed, sorry, it's just not priority, literally when my house is falling down. Get nice and settled. You hear that tone? Missile out. Keep roughly aiming at the target. Come on, get him. Oh, I missed. Well, that will happen sometimes. It's just, maybe I was a bit too jerky on the controls. Let's go for a helicopter now. I'm going to change weapons to the air-to-air variant with the proxy fuse. I'm now going to move my cursor over to the helicopter and try and lock the helicopter. And it's found tank 1, tank 2, tank. I'm just going to pause it. Sorry, I have too many things happening at once. So what I did at that point was I moved this cursor over to this helicopter here. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, it's really hard to, hold your head or your VR perfectly. Put it roughly in the area of the helicopter. Then I pressed up short, and he gave me a list of objects in that catchment area, kind of that area there. Tank 1, Tank 2, Tank 3, Tank 4, and Helicopter 1. I'm now going to cycle down with down short to Helicopter 1, then right short, that will select the helicopter, and then I repeat the firing process on the helicopter, or try to at least. Right, so 3, 2, 1. We down to helicopter, right. I now have the helicopter locked. Now, aim at the helicopter and press and hold the trigger. Missile away. Try and hold the chopper still. I missed him. Oh, got him! Quick, guns, guns, guns to finish the task. What is it, that one there? Get some, baby. Oh, we survived. Look at that. Not on my watch. Very good. Right, back to serious. We showed there how to lock a ground target, how to fire at a ground target with ROE pilot fires, not the AI fires. Then we rather messily locked an aerial target through the selection system. We chose the air-to-air variant of the weapon, and we repeated the process and fired at that hostile. I've got to the end of my attack cycle now, so I am going to press down to cancel the sighting system. We need to do this whenever we turn off target. Done, and now we turn away and go for our next attack. You will always make attacks like this heading towards the target. You will rarely do it from a standstill. At this time I haven't managed to lock planes. Let me know if you can find a way of locking planes. For me, my AI Petrovich just won't lock the plane. This has shown you how to fire the missiles as us, as the pilot, and the operator being AI Petrovich. Alternatively, you can do it as us, the pilot, and another human as the operator. Or you could do it as the AI as the pilot and us as the operator. If you want to see examples of how to do it those other ways, please go and watch our AT-6 Sturm video. But that's a basic roundup of the AT-9. I hope that was useful, and see you later.